Hello, everyone. Great evening and welcome to Life Coach Corner, which is a groundbreaking initiative by Life Coach Philippines. And we are dedicated to fueling the growth of coaching professionals and enthusiasts. So, our commitment is to empower the coaching community with essential resources and strategies, transforming coaching into a thriving profession. So, here at Life Coach Philippines International, we train, we coach, and we build tribes. So we're streaming through the different Facebook pages of Life Coach Philippines International. We have Life Coach Oman, Life Coach Philippines Kuwait, Life Coach Philippines Eastern Visayas, Life Coach Philippines Calabarzon, and of course our YouTube channel Life Coach Philippines. So in case you are new to Life Coach Philippines International or you are watching through a shared link, then I invite you to take a moment to like and follow Life Coach Philippines International so that we can stay connected for future learning opportunities. Now, for this month of November, you will be joining us in discovering how top coaches, leaders, of course, no, use mental models as a powerful thinking frameworks to go beyond surface level conversation and achieve real breakthroughs with clients. So by using mental models and by weaving mental models into the coaching process, coaching practitioners can bring structure, clarity, and of course, depth to every depth to every session. And eventually, no, by using these mental models, we get to help clients go from incremental progress to transformational change. So, because every person no, has the potential to have deeper and more meaningful conversations with their peers or loved ones. And by discovering how top coaches and leaders use mental models to break past surface level conversations, it helps them and helps you to see that real results can be achievable. So as you join us or join me this evening, okay, get ready to understand how you can weave mental models into coaching process by listening to me, okay, to your coach, okay, and learning how it can bring structure, clarity, and depth, no, into every session where you get to help clients go from incremental again, progress to transformational growth, and you get to learn, of course, no, the art of using mental models. And for tonight, you are joining me for a conversation and an insightful session about see beyond bias, understanding confirmation bias. So it is a mental model as well. So you can, of course, tag a fellow coach, invite your friends, invite a coaching enthusiast. Okay, and together, no, let's embark on a journey of learning about mental models and how we can weave it into our personal life and how we can learn to use it in your clients' life. So just in case you're meeting me for the first time, I am Coach Candy, and as a life and mental health coach, I support individuals with mental challenges who are struggling with their self-worth, helping them nurture self-care, self-acceptance, and of course, nurture their self-value through the platform of life coaching. And I aim to empower my clients to gain the self-esteem needed to live life to the fullest. And one of the mental models that is very strongly at work, oftentimes negatively with people who are mentally challenged are actually confirmation bias. So before I proceed doon sa confirmation bias, of course, I'd like to greet our fellow learners for this evening. So we have Master Coach Jasmine, we have Coach Lynn, and we have Coach Nord. So before I proceed with confirmation bias, no, like I said, it is a mental model. Just to give you an overarching term, no, or overarching overview, an overview of mental models and ano ba yung mental models. So a mental model is an explanation of how something. It is an overarching term of any sort of concept, framework, and worldview that you have in you, okay, that you carry around in your mind. And by learning about mental models and by using mental models, it is actually a cognitive framework through which you eventually interpret and understand the world, understand what's happening with you, and from that, no, it shapes your perception and it guides your decision and eventually it influences your action. So by learning about mental models, you get to as well know have a different perception on things. You get to make smarter decisions, and eventually, it can have and lead you to a quality of life that you truly want and gain and give you the results that you truly want in life. So for understanding confirmation biases, again, the topic for this evening, hello Coach Iba, is see beyond bias, understanding confirmation bias. So I'll give you different examples, of confirmation bias of situations, where you may be unknowingly having the confirmation bias. So a good example is, kunyari, like me, pag mentally challenged, Pag palagi ka sinasabihan, wala kang pag-asa, okay, if you, in English, you have no hope, you're not good at this, tapos you have this, painful experience, kunyari in school, growing up, kunyari, napahiya ka sa math, okay, hindi mo siya nagawa ng maayos, then eventually, it shapes your perception. And then paglaki mo, di ba, pag nakakakita ka ng number, sinasabi mo na automatically, hindi ako magaling dyan, hindi ko kaya yan. And then when you try to do math, 'di ba? Instead of like really doing the effort na talagang maintindihan mo siya, you will just do it, and then pag mali, sasabihin mo, see, sabi ko sa'yo di talaga ako magaling dyan. Okay? And for mentally challenged people like me, pag madalas ka nakakarinig, and nafe-feel mo talaga na sinasabihan ka, wala kang pag-asa, you don't have any hope, you can never change, okay, ang tigas-tigas na ulo mo, and then eventually, sino nakaka-relate dito? Lahat na lang ng nakikita mong gawin, you don't have any confidence, and you will find all the reasons in the world to prove bakit wala kang pag-asa. Okay? Why you cannot do things. Why, whenever you dive into something, you are unsuccessful. So eventually, hindi ka na lang gagalaw. Now, how about in work? Okay? Pag nakaka-relate po kayo, #mine, #me. Okay? Sama-sama po tayo dito, sabi ni Master Coach Jasmine. Agree. Now, in work, a good example of this, let's say you have a first experience at work, and your first experience in work, was not really good. You have an abusive boss, nagpa-power trip na boss. Let's say, culture, a culture ng company na hindi maayos, that doesn't really value their employees, okay? And then you decide to resign, okay? You decide to move to another job. And when you get into that job, di ba, yung boss mo kahit anong bait, and gaano ka suporta sa'yo, you have in your mind and you find everything, every evidence, okay, that you have to say na abusive ang boss mo, na pinagtitripan ka ng boss mo, na ayaw ka ng boss mo. Okay? Even if the company gives you all the benefits, na maganda talaga yung company, maayos yung culture and everything, then you will find all the reasons to support, why the company is not good. Okay? Sino po dito yung nakaka-experience? Parang medyo you're realizing right now na parang medyo, parang may ganun nga, okay? It's not even, we're not even talking about trauma pa, di ba? Of course, there is an aspect of trauma, but most of it is actually, pwedeng nanggagaling sa confirmation bias. Kasi nandito, ito yung painful, and dito yung talagang tumatak sa'yo, na memories. That's why you already have this bias in your mind, because in your mind, you really want to protect what's yours. Ito pa, relationship! Usapang relationship, okay? Medyo, yung mga, tabi-tabi lang po, okay? Na usapang relationship. For example, you had a relationship, and then you had a third-party experience, okay? Infidelity. Okay? Infidelity. And then, of course, nag-break kayo. Your relationship did not continue. And then, suddenly, you jump into a new relationship. Okay? And in that new relationship, kahit na maayos yung partner mo, even if your partner is caring for you, even if your partner loves you, you doubt your partner. Okay? You doubt your partner, and in your mind, palagi kang merong iniisip na baka iiwan ka, baka may third party. Okay? And then you will find proof, especially Pag lumabas siya with his friends na hindi ka kasama, you will search to the picture. Gusto mo tingnan lahat ng kasama niya dahil iniisip mo na may third party. May kadate siyang iba. May kausap siyang iba. And then eventually, you check all the phone records. Ayan, sino po dito yung nakaka-relate? Okay? Sabi ni Coach Nords, ang lakas, Coach. Yes, so I've given you different situations, no, where we might be or where you might be unknowingly, no, trapped in confirmation bias, okay? And you joining me tonight will help you see beyond these biases and make you go and decide, no, make better decisions, no, based on logical facts, okay? Mga facts, truths, rather than our emotions. Sino po dito yon? Yung tipong kahit piniresentahan ka ng fact, no, na ito nga yon, hindi totoo, yung iniisip mo, okay? That's not true. Yung iniisip mo, what you're thinking is not true because this is the fact, this is what the fact says. You will still go for your emotions, and when you decide, eventually it's not the best decision that is for you, and in turn, napapahamak ka lalo. Okay? It adds to your pain. It's add to your hurt. Ngayon, hurt na hurt ka and you feel like a victim of other people, of circumstances of life. And eventually, no, mag-give up ka na lang. Ayan. Sino po dito yung nakaka-relate? Hashtag me, hashtag mine. Okay. Sabi ni Coach Narts, agree Coach, logical facts rather than emotion. Okay? So, when you talk about making decisions in life, no, you need to make unbiased, rational decisions about something important, especially, di ba, if these are major life decisions, no? Like you need to search for a new place, you need to search for a new job, merong talagang opportunity na nasa harap mo and you need to make a decision, di ba? Basically, and usually, no, you do your research. You do research, you make list, di ba? Ano yung pros, ano yung cons. Okay? You get to consult expert, you get to consult coaches, you get to hire mentors, or you get to hire coaches, or you go to a trusted friend, no, na may authority doon sa gusto mong tulong that you want, di ba? And when it's time to decide, ang tanong, will your decision really be objective? In all honesty, will it really be objective kahit daanan mo yung process na to? Because probably, no, maybe it's not. Okay? That's because the way we analyze usually, no, information using complex cognitive machine dahil yung brain natin, especially pag hindi mo naiintindihan how your brain works, it becomes a complex cognitive machine, no? So, madami kasing information, no, na pinaprocess ang brain natin in our life, through our life experience. And over the course, no, of our life, like everyone else, okay, you and me, okay, you develop cognitive biases, no? This can be known cognitive biases, aware ka, or most likely, no, like anyone else, you are really unaware of your cognitive biases. And these biases influence, no, what information you pay attention to, what you remember, no, about past decisions, and which sources you want to be able to trust, no, as you do your research options. And one type of cognitive bias that is or that exists, no, commonly is what we call confirmation bias. And it is actually the tendency to selectively, ayan na, keyword, selectively seek information that will support or validate your existing belief, your preconceived notions, and unwittingly, no, it perpetuates falsehood and misconceptions in your life, thereby, no, dahil ginagawa mo yan continuously, lalo na i-strengthen yung hindi mo tamang belief. Okay? Yung hindi mo tamang pag-iisip na sinasabi dyan, no? And eventually, no, left unchecked, it will really affect not only the decisions, but the quality of your life, the quality of your relationships. Because naturally, people tend to seek out and interpret information in ways that confirms, okay, what they already believe. Okay, so a good example as well are advices. Okay, let's be honest and let's be true, no? When you need an advice on something, okay, sino po dito makaka-relate that when you seek an advice from your friend, from your trusted friend, or from someone you know, in your mind, meron ka na talagang decision. You already have that decision in your mind, but you don't tell it. You hide it in a form of seeking advice. And then if you don't get to hear the answer that you want, you eventually look for another person to ask advice from. Pag hindi mo nakuha, you keep searching and you keep asking advice until you hear the answer that you want. Yan, sino na makaka-relate dito? That's actually what you call confirmation bias already. Okay? And confirmation bias makes you ignore or invalidate information that conflicts with your belief. Ayaw mo ng feedback. Okay? Kaya ayaw mo ng feedback. And this tendency, to have confirmation bias, okay, is actually prevalent. Okay? Prevalent ito since many people receive news, especially now in social media without even doing fact check, di ba? Social media outlets, okay, may likes, may searches, di ba? And it feeds us information both based on preferences din ng ibang tao. So we actually consume, what we consume can actually, sabi ni Coach Lin, Coach Rizal, ito, okay, yung nakikita natin unknowingly, when we see information, we automatically decide na fact yon without even confirming kung fact ba talaga siya. And then everything else, eventually we decide based on that. So ano nga ba? Pag ayaw kong pa medyo parang coach, parang oo na hindi ako yan. Okay, it's kind of like me, but at the same time, I'm not yet fully sure if it's confirmation bias, then here I will be sharing signs of confirmation bias. Okay, so again, when it comes to confirmation bias, there are often signs. Meron po talaga yung signs that a person is advertently or consciously already falling victim to it. Dalawa po yan. Pwedeng unconsciously na hindi mo talaga alam, or hindi, like literally you don't know about confirmation bias, but now if you're watching this, now you know. Okay, now you know, so hindi mo na masasabi na unconscious ka. Okay, so usually people are consciously even falling into victim, because victim mode or victim mindset because of confirmation bias. And unfortunately, it can also be very subtle and difficult to spot. That's why here in Life Coach Philippines, we really are heavy in learning about how the brain works, how about mental health, about how to transform your beliefs, and that is thank you to Master Coach A. So ano nga ba yung mga signs that might help you identify when you or someone else or your client is already experiencing the bias, okay? Or nandoon na siya sa bias, confirmation bias trap, okay? Simple lang po to, okay? First, they only seek out information or you only seek out information that confirms your belief and you ignore or discredit information that doesn't support what you believe. Yan, number one na yan. First yan, ito talaga yung malaki-malaki. Then second, you look for evidence that confirms what you already think is true rather than considering all of the evidence available or all the options that is available. Then third is you rely on stereotypes, on personal biases when you assess information. Okay? Or yung sinasabi natin hashtag judgmental, yung pagiging judgmental. Fourth, you selectively remember information that supports your view while you forget, intentionally din to, no? While you forget or discount information that doesn't support what you hold true. Okay? In short, pag nag-aalala ka ng mga memories, okay, kukunin mo lang yung memory that will support your belief and you disregard everything else. And of course, lastly, you have strong emotional reaction to information, be it positive or negative, no, that confirms your belief while remaining relatively unaffected by information that doesn't even facts, okay? Unaffected ka by facts. Ayan. So, sino na po ang guilty? Who here now can honestly assess, no? Parang coach ako to, no? I experienced this. And don't get me wrong, I also have this, okay? Meron po tayong lahat ng confirmation bias. That's why we are doing the education, no? In order to help you and if you're a coach, in order for you to help your clients as well. So when you talk about confirmation bias, tatlo yan siya. You have bias attention, you have bias interpretation, and you have bias memory. Okay? Attention, when you say bias attention, you selectively focus on information that confirms your views while you ignore or discount data. Data na to ha, data that doesn't. Then second, bias interpretation. This is when you consciously interpret information in a way that confirms your belief. So, tinitweak mo, no, yung pag-interpret mo sa facts, sa information. Then, third is bias memory. Again, ito yung pag-selectively lang, no. You remember just few information from your memory that supports your views while you forget everything else, especially, no, even factual information. So, tanong dito, no, how have you actually seen how confirmation bias affects your life, no? Okay? When you are not conscious of your biases. So right now, di ba? Right now, you're already thinking, oh, I already have confirmation biases. Then I encourage you to reflect, no? How has your confirmation biases, no, affected your life? Because confirmation bias affect not only how you gather information, no, but how you interpret and recall it. For example, no, people who support or oppose, no, a particular issue will not only seek information to support it, but they will as well, no, interpret news story, dinamay pa yung news, di ba, in a way that will uphold their existing ideas. That eventually, if you continue doing this, no, okay, it reinforces this character, this attitude of yours, and unfortunately, no, this type of bias can prevent you from looking at situations objectively and now influences your decision making and it leads you to poor and faulty choices. That's why you're not living the kind of life that you truly want. You don't have the kind of relationship that you truly want. You don't have like the work that you truly enjoy. So madami po yan. Malaki po yung effect, no, sa atin ng confirmation bias when we allow to continuously practice confirmation bias in a negative light. Okay? And eventually, makikita mo to, no, that people becomes overconfident in their belief. Talagang paninindigan nilang belief nila yan, no, kahit na sinasabi na mali. Kahit na sinasabi na ito yung belief mo, ito yung fact, and it's not matching up. It means you have to change your belief. You have to change the way you see things. You need to change the way you think. But because, no, naging overconfident ka na sa belief mo, ayaw mo nang bitawan. Because you have accumulated evidence, no, to support your belief kahit na hindi tama, kahit gaano kabuloktot, no, and eventually, no, other people will see it as nonsense. But you see it really, and you really will stand on it, and eventually, no, it becomes, no, your character, it becomes your behavior, it becomes your attitude, no, and eventually, no, it will affect the way your life, you live your life, the way you um, uh, create relationships, the way you maintain relationships, hindi ka makakapag-maintain na maayos na relationship. Yun talaga siya, no? So, reality, no, overconfident ka sa belief mo, okay? But the reality is you have actually overlooked and you ignored a great deal of evidence refuting your belief, no? May evidence talaga. Which, if you have considered it, it should have led you to question your belief. And allow you to update. Ina-update po kasi yung belief system. It allows you to update your belief system and it will actually help you sana, no, to grow. But because ang lakas ng confirmation bias mo, ang tigas ng ulo mo, okay, again, hindi ako ano dito na I'm not an excuse. I also have this in some areas of my life, okay, eventually, no, it leads to you making risky decision making and it leads people, no, you to overlook warning signs and other important information na pag, di ba, tiningnan mo sana, it could have saved you from trouble. It could have saved you from bad decisions that you made, 'di ba? The worst is actually you get to compromise your value as as a person, okay? Your belief, your purpose, your value because kasi nga ayaw mong bitawan yung confirmation bias mo. Ayan. So, sino po ngayon ang nakaka-relate dito? Now, why are we doing this? Why are we educated? Because there is actually a benefit, no, in understanding your biases, in looking into your biases. Kaya nga, di ba, ang topic is see beyond bias, where you get to understand, no, confirmation bias. Because you really have to understand ano ba yung mga biases mo in order for you to live the kind of life that you want, to have the relationship that you want. Okay? Kung ikaw gusto mo na relationship. If ikaw mentally challenged like me, if you want to go through healing, you have to really look into your biases. Because oftentimes, no, pag mentally challenged ka, like example, you are bipolar, okay? Lahat na lang ng ginawa mo ay sinisi mo sa sakit mo. Okay? Lahat na lang sinisi mo kasi manic episode ako, kasi depressive episode ako. But in reality, and the reality is you always play the victim of your mental illness, whereas you can do something about your illness to manage your illness and to manage the way you respond when your illness strikes. Okay? When you have self-awareness, okay, kahit mentally challenged ka, you can gain self-awareness that whenever you're in manic mode, you can manage yourself not to make hasty decisions. Possible po yun. And how do I know? Because I am one. I am one. And with the help of mental health coaching, no, I was able to overcome it. Not perfect, a long journey, but it is possible because, no, naiintindihan how the brain works and this confirmation biases na to. So if you are someone who's mentally challenged like me, clinically diagnosed pa, okay, you can start with understanding your confirmation biases. Okay? So ano ba yung benefits, again, of understanding biases? Well, it is often discussed, no, as a negative tendency itong confirmation bias that eventually, no, impairs logic, reasoning, and decisions. It isn't always actually bad. Okay, the confirmation bias can significantly actually impact your life. Okay, both positively and negatively. But oftentimes, no, na-apply kasi natin yan negatively. But if you flip it, no, on the positive side, it can actually help you stay confident in your belief and value system, no, and give you a sense of certainty and security. If you continuously, no, pag nandoon ka sa pag-value ng growth mo as a person, no, you keep on updating your belief system. So the first po talaga niya, no, is it puts the past in perspective. Because all biases, no, comes from somewhere. experiences. Of course, no, product tayo ng history natin. When we see history, life experiences. And your bias can actually be traced, no, into conditioning, Asian conditioning, simula nung pinanganak ka, from culture to family and everything, from your experiences, from your old fears, and inherited prejudices, okay? Nakukuha mo talaga yan. So, if you don't get to challenge these past frameworks, you don't get to grow. And if you don't challenge this past frameworks, you go on an autopilot and you think on outdated scripts that is not no longer matching your current season or your present and eventually nagkakagulo-gulo yung buhay mo because you're already living in the present but yung narratives mo is always based on the past. So by learning about your confirmation biases, you get to actually see that you have the power to change and become present, Present, hindi naka-refer ka lang sa past. You get to be present in the moment. You get to be present to your motives, to your beliefs, to your attitudes, to your behavior, and you can update. And eventually, it puts the past in perspective na hindi na magulo na ngayon pas ginugulo mo pa lalo, 'di ba? Ginugulo mo magulo na yung past mo, ginugulo mo pa yung present life mo. Okay? When you get to learn about confirmation bias and you get to understand it, you now see that you get to have the power to change. Okay? Then second, you can choose values over borrowed belief. Yung borrowed belief, oftentimes, our confirmation biases comes from borrowed belief. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo talaga yun belief. It's belief system of your caretakers, of your parents, of someone you know, no? So, borrowed beliefs from your past, okay, from the past, can override your values, and keeps biases alive. Which is why, despite believing in positive values, kahit may positive values ka, you can still act unfair, you can still act unaligned to your values, Because values actually plays a significant role in keeping you on the right track, and values supposedly, guides your behavior. So taking charge of your beliefs and values is a useful way for you to be able to move away from mga reckless decisions that we have, mga hindi maayos na decisions that we have, from relationships that no longer serves us. Madami po yan, and it will help you. And if you know that these are borrowed beliefs, especially yung confirmation bias mo galing sa borrowed beliefs, now you don't make any excuses for your current behavior, or you don't get to operate on hope and good faith mo na you just keep on hoping na you believe everything will change but you don't do something about it, because by learning about this, okay, you stay or you become more accountable and do the tough works, the journey that you need in choosing and living your values deliberately instead of going on a cycle doon sa confirmation bias mo. Okay? Then third, it widen and sharpen your purpose or vision. Ayan. So yung significant casualty talaga or tinatamaan talaga ng confirmation bias natin or bias mo is actually your vision. It is your vision, it is your goal, it is your plan in life. Okay? This is key because what connects you, to your vision, actually, di ba, magkakadugtong po yan, yung values mo, yung vision mo, and everything, when you get to learn more, okay, about your confirmation bias, okay, your belief system, you get to have that ability to see further, okay, for you to be able to communicate, excuse me, your vision, and eventually it will help you create plans, goals, that can lead you closer to your vision. But if you continuously go, and you go on confirmation bias, eventually yung vision mo, nagsishrink ya. Feeling mo nagsishrink, feeling mo nawawala na yan sa horizon mo. Because, no, yung confirmation bias, it narrows your perspective. Ginaganon niya, di ba? It narrows your perspective, it dilutes your focus, and it blinds you, okay, to the facts, to what you really need to decide on, what you need to grow on, no? Kaya hindi ka makadating-dating sa vision mo. Hindi mo ma-achieve yung goals mo. Through interacting biases, no, you can limit the damage that you put on yourself, no, and truly make your vision a reality. And by limiting, no, yung confirmation bias mo, possibilities actually open up. Okay? Possibilities open up, you see things in new light, no? And yung bias mo no longer, okay, hinders you, no, to become the person you truly want to become. And of course, lastly, it raises your self-awareness and self acceptance. Ayan. So, interrupting your confirmation biases, no, it benefits you in profound ways. Because a great way to be true to yourself and true to others, ulitin ko, a great way to be true to others is actually first to be true to yourself. Ikaw muna. Maging totoo ka muna sa sarili mo. Kasi pwede naman you want to become honest with other people. But how can you become honest with other people if you cannot become honest with yourself? And kasama po dyan is looking into your belief system. Looking into ano ba yung mga confirmation biases mo. Okay? Because you can genuinely, um, harbor fear, loathing, shame, rejection, madami pa, unforgiveness, no? Okay? Because it leads to it is a recipe, no, for an unsuccessful life. And it is a recipe, no, that eventually, yung mental health mo talaga, i-challenge niya. Okay? But if you go for a path, no, where you go for looking into your biases and interrupting, no, yung biases mo, yung pagtitingin mo doon, challenging your biases, no, it leads you to have more compassion with yourself. It gets you to see more choices opening up. It allows you to be more open to feedback. So because you know you need it, because you know that it can help you to grow and it will lead you more to self-acceptance. Kasi kailangan mo muna yan tanggapin. Paano ka magbabago if you cannot see and accept in yourself na kailangan mong magbago? Diba? Okay, no matter how hard you try to change, okay, your behavior, your character, your attitude, if you don't accept muna na may ganyang kang ugali, na may ganyang kang attitude, you will never go anywhere. You will never improve. And you will always fall short. And you will also feel a victim to life. Puro ka na lang palagi pa-victim, pa-victim, pa-victim. Lahat na lang inapi ka, lahat na lang kinawawa ka, pero hindi mo nakita na kinakawawa mo yung sarili mo because you don't want to update your belief because you keep on going to the confirmation bias or the confirmation bias trap. Okay? So, looking into your confirmation biases, no, getting more aware of it allows you, no, or you give yourself the permission to be true to yourself, to be authentic to yourself, to be you so that you can grow. So itong si confirmation bias na to, very powerful ito, no? If you get to see beyond, okay, your confirmation bias, you can really look into it, no? That you can use it in decision making for your personal growth and of course, no, can lead you to objective thinking. Yun po yung kagandahan niya. If you really go into looking beyond the confirmation bias. And with that, no, I'm going to leave you with three powerful questions. Okay? Like I said, you need to look into and you need to challenge, no? Ano ba yung mga belief na yan? So the first question is, what beliefs are you seeking to confirm and could they limit your perspective? Second, how can you remain open to information or open to feedback that challenges your view? And lastly, what would it look like? to consider all perspective before making a decision. Ayan. So, this is three powerful questions that really allows you to look into your confirmation bias and how it is shaping your life right now and how you can move forward. Now, if masyado nang masakit, no, itong topic ko and feeling mo ikaw na ikaw yan, you need help, there's actually value, no, excuse me, in working with a life and a mental health coach. So in my case, since I am clinically diagnosed with mental illnesses, no, healed na po ako. I have still, no, may continue pang work on. But for me to be able to achieve healing is for me to be able to look into ano ba yung mga belief system. Ano ba yung mga belief na kinuha ko that is not mine, and eventually I have to strip it off and to create my own values, my own belief. Ano yung belief ko, okay, with how I see things, how I see other people, lahat po yun, I was able to go through the journey because I work with a mental health coach, which is actually Master Coach A. So there is actually value in working with a mental health coach. And if you really look into it objectively, no, pwede po kasing blind spot mo yung confirmation bias. You really can't pin out right now what your confirmation biases are. Then I encourage you really to work with a life and mental health coach so you can go through the process of really looking into and diving into your belief system and how it is affecting you and how you can change your perspective, how every time no, yung confirmation bias mo ay nagtitrigger or lumalabas siya, how you can now challenge those beliefs. And it works with mentally challenged and clinically challenged or mentally or clinically diagnosed people as well. It works, okay? It can work pag tama po yung professional na tumutulong sa inyo. Yan. So, in conclusion, of course, your journey, oftentimes, no, malilinig mo, madami po nag-journey into enlightenment, to know themselves and everything, okay? But here's the truth, no? The journey to enlightenment begins with the courage to first challenge your very own beliefs and convictions. When you say challenge, hindi necessarily agad papalitan mo. But when you see challenge, dalawa po yan. You will see what needs to change or you can see kung tama yung belief mo talaga. Okay? May process po talaga yan. And by recognizing no, your biases, it encourages you to have an open mind and it helps you make more objective, well-rounded decisions that can affect the quality of your life and can make your life better, that can change and turn things around for you. So if you really value, no, nakita mo yung value na to, again, these are mental models. And by learning about mental models, you can really change the way you see life. It can change, no, the quality of your life. Then I'm inviting you, no, to join B-Learning Society. So in B-Learning Society, no, we get to learn about mental models every month. Okay, may subscription fee siya. And the fee goes to building a mental health facility. No, project po yan siya ni Master Coach A, no, na Life Coach Philippines International, to build a mental health facility. So your subscriptions comes with a purpose, with an advocacy for mental health, and you get to learn as well new mental models, and along with that, you get as well, no, discount from Decaf Copper Republic, 5% yan on food and beverage discount. And then you get a monthly free coaching session, no, on mental models where we can help and journey with you in looking into your beliefs and challenging your beliefs, no, so you can have more different perspective and you can lead the life that you truly want. And if in case you are a leader, no, meron kang you are a leader and you see your people na meron silang ganitong confirmation bias and you know and you want how to help them, then I invite you, no, in January, Master Coach A, no, will be having her first, no, Life Coach Philippines, her Master Coach A, will be having her very first, no, leadership coaching. And this is CPD accredited. So, pwede kong mag-join, okay? You can really join so you can help, the people that you manage, be free, gain the freedom to really be able to be free from their confirmation biases. And syempre, as a leader, it affects as well, yung quality of work. And along with that, mas ma-achieve nyo po yung goals nyo. And of course, I invite you to join us, in person, face to face for our community events. So we have Kapihan nights every Wednesday midnight, okay? And then later po ng 3 a.m. Friday of 3 a.m. we have Cabin Life at the Campfire. We have a Bible study session, a prayer night session, dawn break, prayer night session led by Master Coach Jasmine. And of course, on Friday as well, no, it's open mic night at 10 p.m. where you get to creatively express yourself. So if you want to know more about the coaching classes and the services, then send us a private message or connect or email to connect at mastercoacha.com. So please join us back tomorrow on November 8th with Coach Marifeno, where she will be talking about embrace change, the power of growth mindset. So once again, this is Coach Candy Peng, mentally fit to serve on behalf of Life Coach Philippines, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. This is us in the Philippines. Love bam boom, love bam boom, love bam boom. Bye-bye!
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.